TikTok has given us all kinds of things, including what we think is a ridiculous ramen lasagna. The TikTok version is a jarred sauce, cheese ramen is kind of about it. So we can't bring ourselves to make a basic version like that. We're gonna make a better version than that. But still employing the most important ingredient would be ramen noodles in place of the lasagna noodles. It's gonna be fun. And by the way, the sous vide has nothing to do with it. We're multitasking. Right, boys?
Right.
We're in the middle of a dry-aged Wagyu burger episode, so we're sous videing one of the patties. I will cook another one freehand, see if I can beat the sous vide, or vice versa. We generally shoot 2 at a time, and sometimes there is sleight of hand like this. This is just taking you behind the scenes a little bit. It's okay to share with them. We love them. Well, I love them. You don't really love them. Chance loves them.
He's joking.
I am joking. Max loves you as much as I love you. Okay, so here's the plan. We're gonna make a sauce, but before we make a sauce, we're gonna saute a shit ton of spinach to get it wilted. That's gonna go in our ricotta layer. Oh, by the way, this is a 3-cheese ramen lasagna. We're not fucking around here. 3-cheese sausage lasagna. We'll begin with the shrinkening of the spinach. And step 1 is a little oil in our pan, and we begin putting in spinach. The goal is to wilt a pound of spinach down to nothing. So just load up the pan. That's about a half a pound. Just wait till you see how tiny this gets. Yes, tongs are gonna be better for this. So you're just gonna wanna be just turning this big pile over and over. And in just a couple of minutes, you'll be surprised at what it becomes. And as it starts to shrink, just take another handful, throw it on top, mix it in. Pretty impressive how much it shrinks, huh? But it is pretty much all water, so we can kill this. And now we're gonna take it out. Try and let as much spinach water drip out as you can. I mean, you are gonna be squeezing it in a bit, but for now, you don't need to add the excess into the pan. This you can't do anything with really until it cools. For now though, let's clean this pan, put it back on, and start our sauce. All right, to our pan that's on the heat, a couple splotches of oil, and some diced yellow onion. Quick stir. And then a pound of hot Italian sausage, like that. And we mix. And speaking of and we mix, I have a treat for all of us in a second. So just break this up. It should be obvious. You're softening the onion, you're breaking up the sausage, everything's happening beautifully.
Everything's happening beautifully.
All right, you're almost done here, right? Tiny little bit, couple pieces are not all the way browned, but we're good to go for what's next. And what's next will be a big clove of garlic. Give it a little landing spot right there. Tiny little splash of oil. Wait till it gets fragrant. And when it does, we mix it in. Next, about 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. We give this a stir through. Let it start to deliver some deep tomato flavor. And now almost anything that comes after this is gonna be a good addition in the form of liquidy stuff. You could use tomato sauce. I'm using crushed tomatoes. I like what it's gonna do texture-wise. Just a little more interesting than tomato sauce. But you could use, passata that we use sometimes. God, if you had ketchup, you could use it. Maybe a little extra water or broth would make it better. But the tomato paste is the important part in giving you a deep, rich tomato flavor. One more can. Great, great. Everything I was hoping it would be. And now we can season this a bit. So let's put in some oregano and some dry basil, a big hit of salt and pepper. Mix this. And then one of my favorites at this point, some crushed red pepper flakes for a little spice. We'll turn this guy down to a simmer and we're gonna leave him about 15 minutes or so for the flavors to come together and just get much more interesting. And while that happens, we'll bust on with our ricotta layer. All right, first up, we're gonna revisit our spinach. Spinach! So watch.
Okay, Giada.
That's what we don't want. We do not want that water. But the best way to do it is like this. In a towel, get all the corners. And then you just turn the little bowl inside and squeeze. Excuse me while Max tries to kill a fly and misses horribly.
Talking to the guy with a gun?
It's a salt gun, buddy. So squeeze like hell, turn, twist. See this green liquid? This awful green pea? This is what we're trying to get rid of. Remember, I had that giant box with a pound of spinach. I said you'd end up with about a baseball size, and that's it. Well, I might not have said it out loud, but I certainly said it to myself. This needs to be cut up, so that's what we're gonna do. So get yourself a knife. We want this interspersed throughout the lasagna, not coming out in one giant leafy clump in somebody's mouth. So just take your time, work on your knife skills. I find if you take your 2 fingers of the other hand, whatever you left or right, the opposite hand that's on the knife, and put them right down here. Keep that point in place and just pivot all the way around. It's a good way to cut. And when you're done, and you see it's all fine, we move on and put it in our bowl. Get the rest, and then because you're anal, take a second to clean down everything. Next in, a 15-ounce tub of ricotta cheese. We add an egg to this, no shell, thanks my friends. A couple cloves of garlic. I had 2 in there, salt and pepper, a little head of oil, and we mix. Egg first, then this. This is gonna be a great layer in here. And we've not made this, but in a proper lasagna, you would see this distinctive white and green layer. I'm not sure what happens in the ramen version, but we're gonna find out. Beautiful. All right, let's finish off our sauce and we're almost there. Okay, hey, I just had a good idea. Let's put some Parmesan in here. Okay, I forgot the Parmesan, for God's sakes. I can't help myself. So you're gonna grate about a half a cup. And we all know that this Parmesan, this grateable kind, that comes in a little wedge, is infinitely better than the shite you buy in a bag. It's like snow. Mix this, now we're talking. Now this is what it's supposed to be. All right, let's check our sauce and see where we're at. So look how beautifully this is thickened up. And this is almost no work. Listen, I'm telling you. If you only take one thing away from this episode, take away how fast you can make a quick little sauce like this. They were using jarred ones in the Tik Toks, and I think that's a sin. All right, so this is good. I can kill the heat. We're gonna use this pan to build this ramen lasagna in. And I always start with a little sauce on the bottom. So we'll take out most of it to use on our layers. But look, I'm just really messing up one big pan. Okay, yes, that bowl for the ricotta, but still. And then we have to figure out this ramen component. I'm not 100% clear how they come apart. This is gonna be one fine lasagna, I think. Okay, good. So here's our ramen. We would all recognize that this is a brick of ramen. What I didn't realize was that I think there's 2 layers here, and you're meant to do single layers. So I now have got to...
I think a knife.
Huh?
A knife.
Well, let's just see. It's separating.
Yeah, would it come across clean? Come out.
But see, look at, no, not necessarily.
Oh God.
This is
That's just a cut waiting to happen.
piss. It didn't look this, hold on. It didn't look like this in the videos. Here we go. Oh, now Max is gonna come show us how it's done. There we go. Okay, look, right. So look at, so you get down to this, and then this will go on top. Okay, now I can use these to try. Oh God. Well, you got this chance?
I'm getting it. Oh.
What a piece of shit you are. Fuck
Wait,
up.
hold on. I just want to make sure that the cameras are getting this. See that?
Okay, well you went to
Only
college.
You hadn't been so stubborn.
You went to college, ass. But look, my pieces will now fill in beautifully here, and you don't have any that can do that.
That was your strategy all along. Now it's coming together.
Right. Well, it's, look at, if I did a little, you know, rectangular dish or something, it might be all right. But I have this round thing that I'm hell-bent on using. So now here's what we do. Now we have a layer of ricotta, gorgeous spinach ricotta layer, and this we spread out. So we do this twice. We're gonna have 2 whole layers here. So just whatever you've got, you're using half of here. I think I have an idea about how to separate this. I think if you use a knife, Max, I think you might find that it works nicely. Watch, you just take this and you go gently.
Boom.
See, why you gotta not listen to me? Now we have some layers of mozzarella beautifully on top. Now we have another layer of sauce. Oh, I'm happy with that, aren't you? Ricotta, then the cheese. If I didn't know better, I'd say this recipe was designed for a Sam the Cooking Guy 12-inch cast iron pan. Just saying, it all fits perfecto. Everybody's good? Doing a little bit more of this? All right, that's it. That's all she wrote, folks. Oh, the pan is already heavy, but this is ridiculous. I'm feeling good about this. My oven's at 350, and it's gonna go in until it's beautiful. It should be, what, 25-ish minutes? I think. Let me ask you a question. Would you rather buy your meat products from a nameless, faceless, giant corporation, or from a family farm that's been doing it for generations. Because that's Moink. We talked about it before. Moink is a subscription box company on a mission to fight for the family farm. I spoke to the founder of Moink. She believes in the small family farms making great high quality meat. She's out to help them. And you buying from Moink is going to do that too. Oh, and by the way, Moink is a portmanteau, a combination of moo and oink. You get that? Moink delivers grass-fed and grass-finished beef and lamb, pasteurized pork and chicken, and sustainable wild-caught Alaskan salmon right to your door. Shark Tank's Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, said Moink's bacon was the best bacon he's ever had. I used some of their chicken thighs on my grill 2 weeks ago, and they were tremendous. Keep American farming going by signing up at moinkbox.com/Sam right now, and you'll get a free filet mignon in every order for a year. That's 1 year of the best filet mignon you'll ever taste, but only for a limited time. Moink is helping to save rural America. I love it, and you will too. Join the Moink movement today. Moink. MOINK box.com/Sam. Moinkbox.com/Sam. While we're waiting for the lasagna to finish. A few months ago, we got an email from a guy named Tad Cramp that, well, let's show you the video.
Hey Sam, long story short, my daughter said I wouldn't do it, so I had to prove her wrong and re-registered my truck.
Awesome, right? And he deserves something. I know what we're gonna give him. Or I knew what we were gonna give him. But I said to myself, hey, anybody can make a fake looking license plate. I've done it before. Just as a, surprise for somebody, whatever. We wrote back and said, we need proof that it's metal. It's not cardboard. So we got this yesterday.
Hey Sam, I'm cooking up something special for you.
So that was better than I imagined. And yes, proof, Tad, that you actually did that. Way to go. And I don't know what your family and your neighbors and shit thought, but and I know what I have for you. You can't get them yet, so I can't send it to you yet. But soon enough, you will have your very own 10.5-inch Sam the Cooking Guy Kritsuki knife. We're casually calling it the Statement, but that's a big ad. Look at the size of this compared to my, wow. I felt the wind brush by. So this isn't out yet. It will be out in the fall. But as soon as we get them, Tad, you will have one. Now, what would somebody get for some tattoos? Okay, anyway, it's lasagna time. Way to go, Tad. Thank you. And look, there we are. We're just saying, I'm not concerned, but that's a crispy noodle there. That's a crispy noodle there. I'm hoping that what's underneath is softer. Though I do like a little crunch with my lasagna, so we'll find out. All right, here we go. Come on, you. Work with me here, bud. Okay, very nice. And very nice. How's those layers looking? What do you think of that? It's pretty nice. I like what I'm seeing down in here, and the noodles, these are soft. So let's have a bite. So as with anything, something like this, you got to get a bite of everything all the way down. So make sure you got all of everything in there, which I think I do. It's gonna be that'll be fine. Well, I'll tell you this, the flavors are good. I mean, the ricotta layer is fabulous. The sauce, the Italian sausage, fabulous. The spinach, great ad.
So all your stuff is great.
All my stuff is good. I'm just, it seems like it's a little mushy. And that's not normally what lasagna is to me. I think those noodles, and I don't know if it should have just been one layer of them or something, but these feel a little bit, yeah.
Lasagna's not mushy?
I'm telling you, do you want to have a bite? I'd like you guys to have a bite and you tell me if it's me.
No, definitely, yes.
No, get a couple forks. I mean, look, it's good. Max goes like this. Don't forget to give your opinion at the end, and there's no right or wrong answer. I give my opinion and he doesn't like my answer. Fucking hell. So Max now will try some. Make sure you don't just get cheesy top. You got to have a full layer down. He's going to hold his verdict. Chance is eating now. I had a complete bite all the way down, and that's how it has to be. Get lots of that noodle in there. By the way, the red pepper is a good thing to add too.
I think you're crazy. I think if I was blindfolded, I wouldn't have known even that wasn't regular lasagna.
Seriously?
It's delicious.
I'm going with Max on this one.
Listen, I didn't say it wasn't delicious.
I think you're being hard on the noodles. They're really good. That's really good, and especially if you're in a pinch or just want to do something different. That's awesome.
Maybe it's too much noodle for me. Well, apparently it doesn't matter. I was asked to give my opinion. I gave my opinion. I got fucking shit on by these two biatches over here.
I said you could give your opinion. I just never said it wasn't going to be wrong.
Fuck. Okay, listen. Make it. It's delicious. It really is. It's very good. But make this version. Don't use that. They use the jarred sauce. Like I don't even want to say which one it is. I'm just telling you, jarred sauce doesn't get anywhere close. And just do what I did, okay? Follow the recipe. Do what I did. You'll be happy. And it might be a little bit mushy, and that's okay as long as you're not around Max. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe and hit the notification bell. And any likes that we get today mean that you think Max is an idiot. So thumbs up on it. There we go.
Great, our most liked video ever.
See ya.